shave off 5 minutes. You want another clap?
I'm good.
Yeah, you don't want the clap more than once.
Clap on.
Where you get like a little stamp. You get the clap 10 times, you get a free Sunday in the subway.
You get a 9, you get free crabs.
Welcome back to Astrobot. Oh, man. All right, let's go see monkeys.
I'm not mad at that. You guys?
No, okay. Are we talking like favorite monkey?
No, we're just seeing monkeys. They're in the.
I like spider monkeys.
They're in hot springs.
Oh, I thought you meant like personality, like character monkey.
Whatchamacallit? The only thing I can answer.
He said favorite monkey, and he said spider monkeys. But I thought he meant like Dunstan.
Oh.
I like Dunstan Jackson.
Yeah, you know.
That's a Jason Alexander.
Yes,
right?
it is. I like Dunstan Jackson. There's a lot of people that don't like it. A lot of naysayers. I say y'all are wrong.
I haven't. Okay, hold on. 1 second. I haven't been a part of the Dunstan Jackson forum discourse in years.
Where the fuck have you been? The times have changed.
Yeah, they call it Dunscord.
Yeah. I'm like fucking Johnny checks out.
What's this power?
Oh, this is the sponge power up. Astrobot becomes a being of sponge.
He becomes SpongeBob.
The amazing Mr. Absorbency.
Oh my God, he looks like one of those robots from the 80s.
Hey, y'all heard of Scrub Daddy? Y'all heard of Scrub Daddies? These are the Scrub children.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Actually, I cleaned my bathroom downstairs using a scrub mommy.
Oh, Scrub Daddy.
Look at it, say yes, please. But no, Scrub Daddies actually like fuck pretty hard. Like they're really
Scrub Daddies fuck pretty hard.
Oh, yeah, dude, they're really
They fuck pretty hard until you get on their abrasive side.
They're a bit rough
that
around the
abrasive
edges.
side. Great for soap, Scott.
Rough around the edges.
No, but with this
great.
power up, Astrobot becomes a SpongeBot.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob Square.
No, SpongeBob SquarePants. There you go.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to overthink that. And while you're fully absorbed,
He could be. He's like a minor-sized kaiju.
yeah. While fully absorbed, you can use that to like mow through a lot of things, and then I think you press one of the triggers.
Yeah.
Would it be a kaiju if it's a robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
I thought a
kaiju.
kaiju was a giant monster.
Yeah, giant robot monsters are things.
I mean, to be
Well,
fair,
there's mechs.
like Jet Jaguar.
that was just a giant guy in a suit.
I thought he was a mech or
No,
something.
he is. He's a mech.
He's a
Well, that
mech.
would be
He's
a
a mech,
yeah.
but I'm talking about like you had to imagine the guy in the suit there just being like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like still, humanoid mech, giant size. He's still considered a kaiju.
or
I always thought kaiju was an organic being, like a giant monster, as
Giant
in,
organic,
as
yeah.
Yeah, giant organic creature.
Yeah, giant organic
Yeah,
creature.
so you wouldn't necessarily
Yeah,
label a robot.
He would be then you would just be a giant robot, or if you had a guy inside of you, a mech.
Yeah,
although if you really want to take a shit on your childhoods, rewatch some of the old Power Rangers episodes.
yeah.
Pause during the Megazord scene and look for the glove hands that are catching the weapons.
I mean, but here's
Take a drink every time you see a zipper.
if I'm deciding to watch Power Rangers or any sort of Sentai, I'm going in knowing that full well, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
yeah. You're not exactly watching those for realism.
Yeah.
hey, how old were you when you found out that the Black Ranger actually has 4 fingers?
Wait, which Black Ranger?
The first one.
That Mighty Morphin?
Mighty
used?
Morphin.
Okay. No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Like if you were
Like the original Japanese actor had only 4
no,
fingers?
the first American Saban Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
But the actor, though?
But the
Yeah.
like
what was his name?
In the show, I think his name was Zach.
He was Zach in the show.
I forgot I'm blanking on his name.
Oh, my God.
I know what you're talking about too.
Wasn't he? That wasn't Eddie Winslow, was it?
No.
He Winslow. No.
Holy shit!
But he only has 4 fingers on like
On
one hand?
his left hand.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm not really looking at his hands though. To be fair,
Dude practices capoeira. I remember that much about him.
he also doesn't age.
No, he doesn't.
There was a
It meant Walter Jones.
Walter
Jones.
Sorry, thank you. Walter Jones does not age. There was a photo taken of them with like for the reunion and that sort of thing for the Netflix special. I
Yeah, he
think.
still looks the same.
and like looks not that different from 30 years ago.
Walter.
Get your finger out of the blender, Walter.
Neither did Jason David Frank. I mean, he did have a few wrinkles, but he still could kick ass as Tommy. May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Like that one really hit me hard because it was like he was one of those dudes you did not think would die. Like, he thought he was going to be immortal forever.
No, because he comes back as the White Ranger, though. To be fair, and like, you hoping it's a
Why
similar
they every
case.
white though?
Yeah. That was so exciting, though. I remember that.
His death?
No,
I'm kidding.
when he came back as the White.
that was
When
brutal.
he came
I'm
back as
kidding.
the White Ranger.
That really was.
We caught that premiere live when it was.
Oh my God! Yeah, we were crazy.
we were
for
crazy.
that.
Yeah, I
excited
love
for it,
that.
'cause we were
That was
wondering,
so good.
I had that sword, too.
I
You
did
had
not-
the
The
white
Zomba
dragon
sword,
sword. No, the white tiger
the
sword.
white tiger
Yeah, the white
sword,
tiger sword,
the
Zomba.
sword specifically
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the handle. I had like a pretty cheap version of that because there were two going around, if I recall correctly. There was kind of like the knockoff one.
Yeah.
That wasn't as expensive, but that's why your parents got it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there was also like the Master Crafter one, which like had all the details.
Yeah.
But you're not getting that shit. with
Where's the Playmo of that? Where's the giant model kit of that?
Can I get that on Amazon? Oh, my God, I can't get it on Amazon. Oh, no, I'm
Let's
not
go
getting it
back
on
into
Amazon.
what, but
Model
going back
kit
to
for
like
Green Dragon Sword would be awesome.
You know what though? Because I want to go back into what Matt was
Yeah.
talking about earlier. How's like you go back and like you look for the gloves for like the Megazord and that sort of thing because everything was a costume, everything was made
Yeah,
of
yeah.
plastics, a foam rubber. But man, like we were watching
Fireworld.
some of the first episodes of Mighty Morphin not that long ago, and there's something to be said that the puppeteering and the models they made for the Zords, especially when they're assembling and they're like going like they're all running alongside each other, just
Oh,
still
boy.
looks good, better than
does.
CGI. Because nowadays
It has a charm
It has a
to
charm
it.
to it, but there's something to be said to appreciate because I know at least physically they're there. It looks
Yeah.
hokey,
Yeah.
but I know it has a sense of realism that I don't think a CGI model, unless the CGI is bonkers good,
Yeah.
can't just replicate fully.
To be fair, though, the same thing could be said about costume stuff. Is that there's some pretty bad-looking costume stuff. It's the really good stuff that you look at and you think, all right, that actually looks super awesome. But when you actually are seeing zippers and whatnot,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, there's a charm to it.
Yeah.
But this could be better.
Yeah.
CG's the same way. I think the problem, or kind of the problem and a similarity, is when it's really good, you don't notice it. You don't think about it being a guy in the suit when the suit is really good and the environment's really good and the scaling is done very well.
Yeah,
When CG is really good, you're not supposed to think about the people making it. You're just lost in whatever it is that you're
good
watching.
CGI,
Immersion,
good
basically.
cinematography leaves you immersed, not
Yeah,
distracted.
exactly.
And unfortunately, I find it easier for me to get distracted with CGI because especially made for TV stuff,
Yeah.
it doesn't generally have the most CGI budget. So you take with what you can get.
Who's that?
This is the main character from Infamous Second Son.
I still have not played any of those
I
games.
will take your
Infamous
word
Second
for it.
Son. I got that game
Like-
as a donation once, and I still haven't touched it.
There is a slew of early PlayStation 3, like mid PlayStation. Did you say Infamous early or mid PlayStation 3 life
Early.
cycle?
Early, but Infamous Second Son, I think, was PS4.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I'm completely misremembering that because I thought both were on the PS3.
Infamous and
Infamous 2.
Infamous 2 was on PS3.
Okay. Oh, so Second Son's not the second one?
No. Infamous 2 is Infamous 2. Infamous Second Son is the next character to take place
But
in
it's
the
technically the
Infamous
third
universe.
game.
Right.
Okay. This is Infamous 2. Cool. The sequel? No, this is the third game, actually.
And that's Infamous also.
By the way, does the volcano have a cold? 'Cause
He has-
I noticed
he has
it
a
was hot-
fever.
Yeah, that would explain why I was barfing up loogies. And she is,
She is in the DLC of Second Son.
of course, she has pink
So
hair
is
and
this the
pronouns.
Infamous
Jesus
world?
fuck.
I'm kidding.
Wait, I just completely missed what you said.
Yeah,
I said, of course, she has pink hair and
pink hair
pronouns.
pronouns, yeah. I'm used to the blue hairs and pronouns, like version of it.
Apparently I missed a puzzle piece.
I mean, that's what the hint for is for, to be fair. The rubber ducky power-up is essentially Flood from Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
Although it's automatic. Eventually, it will just run out of water. So you're supposed to cool down as much magma as you can to make yourself a path.
Yeah.
Which I
Momentum.
want to say is that,
Use the boost button.
no, you use the water to cool down the lava. That magma will still set you on fucking fire.
Yep. But then again, it's not something I'm caring about as long as it gets me across.
There's Cole.
Phelps.
No,
Doesn't even
McGrath.
need a barrier suit, man. Astrobot's made of sterner stuff.
Which actually was, speaking of Cole Phelps, Rockstar bought Team Bondi.
I saw.
So
I thought they always.
no.
No, Team Bondi really hit some fiscal deep shit after the first. Well, not so much fiscal deep shit, but
Yeah.
I mean,
the manager behind the game ended up getting his head up
Fucking-
his ass.
McNamara, I believe his name was.
Yeah, his head went right up his ass. So eventually, the development team suffered for a while. Rockstar just bought up Team Bondi.
Oh, so
Did they already work with them? But
Yeah,
now,
Rockstar and Team Bondi were the team behind LA Noire.
That's what I'm saying. Is like because I remember when we boot up LA Noire, the first thing you see is the
that was
Rockstar
cool.
studio, the Rockstar symbol. Because I thought they already worked together. They already.
It was mostly a Team Bondi program, but
Yeah.
Team Bondi ended up having massive ishes behind the scenes with LA
Yeah.
Noire in terms of costs and development time that Rockstar had to be brought in to finish it up.
Yeah, essentially fill the gaps.
Mac McMuscles did a video on it actually.
That was my favorite duck.
here, eat this rock biter.
I'm happy.
From Neverending Story.
The rock biter.
Oh yeah, that
I
asshole.
wonder what he
I've
does.
only watched that movie once.
I've only seen the first movie.
I think I've seen the second one more than I've seen the first one. Actually.
Was the second one where
The book.
he spent memories to do shit?
Yes.
Or was that the third
I think
movie?
that was the second one.
The third one has Jack Black.
There was
That
a
doesn't
third
mean
one.
anything to me.
I don't know if there was a third one or not.
There was.
No,
I
I'm
think
making
there
a
was a
joke.
third
Oh my God,
one.
there was
I
a
think
third
there
one.
was What's a never-ending story? I'm gonna be fit.
Well, I
it's
mean,
sort of the
yeah.
name of them.
I'm gonna
Then
go.
why did it stop at 3? Excuse me, fan of Final Fantasy 14.
Well, you're gonna say Final Fantasy in general. It's like, why is it? Why, if it's final, why are there fucking 16 of these things?
Because eventually
What?
Square Enix is going to create such a dud that it's going to bankrupt the company, and that will be the last Final
I
Fantasy.
don't know, man. Like, I think if any game would have sent them into,
If they survived
there was
13.
if there was a dud that should have sent them under, considering just how much it was mismanaged to hell and back, is 15.
You think 15?
Yeah,
Yes.
15.
15
yeah.
is notoriously unfinished.
15 was basically versus 13, and then it got yanked into 15 when they realized we're not making this shit work.
Even more than 14? That was such a disaster. They sent Bahamut to destroy it.
14 1.0's issue was not that it was unfinished, it's that no one could fucking play it.
It was a disaster in a million different ways.
Yeah.
There we go.
Looked pretty, though. but
Yeah, it looked great.
but if no one can play it, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we got to wait for the 14 decompiler tool to get Crystal Tools to work.
Can you imagine like it's the last time the original 14 was there, it was online. But then once you see videos of the servers going off, you see the meteor you see the meteor crash.
The final minutes.
That's what happened, actually.
Yeah, the final,
I know.
The final minutes of 1.0 are haunting, but in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
I wish I was there for it. But God, I know this is just kind of a tangent off of a tangent, but I do plan on playing 11 for the review, that sort of thing. And I kind of had a fight or flight reaction when I found out you need a play online account to make an 11 character, and I was like, "You're still living?"
I thought you were dead.
Hey, Skype is dying and Ventrilo is still around. So there you go.
You're dead.
That's
I
right.
saw you die.
Skype
I did.
is-
I
Skype
faked
is-
it.
Yeah.
Skype
I
is
used
the-
Ninja Focus to slow my heart rate down. And Realm Reborn, what are you doing? Burying you.
Look, it's those cheap sponges you get 5 for $1.
A sponge is a sponge.
A sponge is a sponge.
Those no. Those sponges, no, they ain't
Great.
it.
We've entered the sponge discourse of the chat.
The rough part, you get to clean 2 things before it separates from the yellow part. Nah, they.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about those cheap sponges that didn't even have a Brillo side.
No. The yellow with the green.
Yeah.
Where the green is the sort of rough side.
Yeah.
The green part would separate from the yellow part on the really
Okay,
cheap
yeah,
ones.
like a cheap dollar store one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
The adhesive just
You
fucking
get 4 for $1.
melts
and
off.
the hot water. It
will
melts because of hot water.
Warning, will dissolve in water.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking sponge.
It's like, wait a minute, this isn't a sponge. This is cotton candy.
Out of curiosity, did you miss the puzzle piece already?
No, I got that. I already just got that.
Oh, all right.
What are we back here for?
Now
didn't- I
the
didn't
alternate
finish it.
exit.
Okay.
The actual stage, like the stage exit.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, these can't be cheap. They got smiles on them.
Yeah, those sponges are way too happy.
It doesn't cost much to smile.
Thankfully,
They don't know that I haven't done my dishes in months, so they don't know what they're in for.
Oh God.
It takes more muscles to frown than smile. Yeah, why am I working in retail?
That's why once I start frowning, I never stop.
that way it gets easier.
It's just harder to jumpstart it again.
One time, I get sometimes like outside of this, like I'll get accused of having like a frowny face, and people will be wondering what's wrong with me. I'm like, dude, this is just the ADHD equivalent of resting bitch face. I promise you. I look angry. I'm not thinking a thing.
I assure you, if I look like this, I am not aware that I look like this.
Yeah.
It's not
You give
intentional.
RDF,
Yeah. Resting
resting dick
dick
face.
face.
Yeah, you're a guy. You're a
Yeah,
dick.
you're a dick. Resting a dick face.
That is.
This is a villager from Siren, Forbidden Siren.
Yeah, I
Forbidden
literally
Siren?
Never
Yeah.
heard of that game.
Never heard of that.
It's a different it's another survival horror game that was on the PS2 era.
I have heard something of the Siren games.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of that.
I do know that I think one of the Siren games is responsible for being one of the few examples of second-person survival horror.
Yes.
What is second person?
Basically, I gotta fucking rewatch it. I can't describe it.
Like essentially, you're playing as different characters, but the thing is that you're also looking at the point of views of the enemies so that you can know how to evade and like how to progress. That's like the best way I can put it.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird that I don't often think about second person view or games.
Yeah.
Because it's either first person or third person.
Yeah.
What the fuck is second person?
I've had this debate before. I had something that I always called second person, but
What do you identify as second person?
I actually identify. I have a difference in third person. I usually what people call third person, I consider second person because I am still roughly seeing the game from the view of the character, but as I'm disconnected from the character, I can move my view around.
Yeah.
So like this, for instance, this is third person, but I'm still, for the most part, behind
Nice
the
dodge.
character. My field of view is just wider than the actual characters. Third person, I called the first Resident Evil game because I am stationary in the room, disconnected from any character within the room. My guy goes into the room, and then my camera shifts, and now I am locked into that view, and then I move around a 360 space, completely disconnected from any character.
Who is that?
I
who's that
move
guy
in
you picked
360 space too. Look at my gut.
up? Who is that guy you picked up, Elliot?
He is the main character in the PS3 game Puppeteer.
Oh, that's right.
I swear they're making some of these up.
We might as well be at this point.
PS3 Puppeteer, huh?
For
yeah.
a console that's known for having no games.
There's a lot of games here we don't know. It's not that they don't have no games. Not that it has no games. It has games we don't know.
Probably because they can't market correctly.
And unfortunately, by the time you now know about them, they're cult classics that cost up the ass to get.
Depends upon totality of the circumstances on that. I had a coworker who referred to that as the James Rolfe buff, where as soon as like AVGN talks about a cult classic or something nobody ever heard of, that's when it spikes up.
Oh, the Colbert bump.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of them that do
yeah.
that.
But specifically for video games, I understand what he's getting at.
All right.
Meteor.
I talk about Brave Fencer Musashi, and now it goes for a whole $5.
I used to save
There is one
videos
exception.
from people that did like collections. Like these are all the greatest games, greatest shoot 'em up games you missed. And I used to save the videos to go back to them later and look at it and say, all right, well, these games all went up in price.
There's one exception.
What is
Rule
that?
of Rose.
Rule of Rose.
Well, that's also
That's
also Atlas.
Well, no, the
so-
thing about that is that very, 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 very limited release in English because in America because they knew it wasn't going to do well. They didn't think it would do well. They were right.
Again,
But it's also so fucking rare because nobody like can. I mean, no, It's not
What
emulated.
happened there is I think Elliot was caught off guard that he didn't die.
Yeah.
And then rolled off because he lost
But
control.
also, Matt, to
I'm
reiterate
dead.
my point,
I'm alive.
Atlas,
I'm dead again.
That doesn't mean anything.
it means a lot.
No, it doesn't.
What?
You know how many times can you say, "Oh, an Atlas game for like $20"? Sure.
Yeah, I can see
Persona
that for
5.
Persona 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, like any Persona game. you
That's
can
not
easily
a
find
re-release.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it depends on the availability. It depends on the popularity. It depends on how people know about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's Rule of Roses, you said?
Rule of Rose, yeah.
Roses,
Yeah.
I never fucking heard of until Matt said that he bought it for an exuberant price.
And you know what the
$200.
funny shit is? I paid, what, $200-300 for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted, at the recent tuning games, it was going for $500 to $800.
Yeah.
So I got it at a bargain, actually.
The problem there, I would argue, it has less to do with being Atlas and more to do with just the
The game
rarity.
itself,
There are
yeah.
some games that
The
there are some
publisher
games-
at that point is irrelevant.
Yeah, there are some
Yeah,
games
they
that
had no faith
suck,
in that one.
but they're expensive
Nice
because
catch.
they were rare. They just-
Well, at least it's right here, though. They're very generous with that.
That's a cat. From the hit game Strike.
I was
We
thinking
already
that too.
we already got that one. It goes with the white cat that we got. I forgot their name.
It started with a T, I think.
Yeah. I think Taro, I think.
Taro, maybe. I don't know.
Neko? Is it Neko
Is-
Taro?
Is a cat.
Oh no. I forget.
That was Kuro.
Koro. Okay.
Kuro.
Okay. Well, we're going to call it a part there cuz we only got like hopefully 2 more stages in this unless our meteor decides to come in.
Hopefully, I guess Elliot wants out.
I'm saying that in the hopes a meteor doesn't show up.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because
But we-
otherwise.
But we got Patreon shoutouts.
Yes, we do. All right, so shout outs to more of our patrons. You can find it. I'm going to start over again.
Leave it in.
Fucking, I kind of went into sponsor mode for a second.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And then I was like, "You're not selling anything."
I mean, technically we
yeah.
are.
This video is brought to you by.
No, we're thanking. So shout outs to more patrons. Thank you for subscribing to our Patreon. We got Timothy Charlton, Tailored Muffin, Dom Petretta, I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce that name, Spider Luigi, Noah Wisbios, Afik Eliu, I think that's right, Kenny Rudder, Jacob Mason 309, Roach, Brownie Mutt, and finally for today, Zunker.
That's 12.
Yeah, because I noticed the last few Patreon shout-outs, there's like a clear gap on the bottom right. It's like, oh, we can easily fit 200 more names in there. so we're going to make it 12. It's driving me insane. 6 on each side. Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next Astro Pop. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.